Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who meditate on the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? So the controversy of formless and form.
Very direct question.
Yeah.
So they can't take the direct injunctions of the Lord.
They don't take the direct injunctions.
They want to choose their own way.
Yeah, they want
so they think they are
to,
more smarter than the Lord.
So in 12th chapter, he concludes Bhakti Yoga. And that is why the name chapter is Bhakti. So he's telling, what you can do, just fix your mind upon me. Then if you cannot practice regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work from me.
Can this be misinterpreted, working for me?
Yeah, it can be misinterpreted.
Why all this? I'm doing jihad for God.
yeah, that's also
I'm killing people for God.
Terrorism.
Hi, welcome to KC Talks. In the series of podcasts on Bhagavad Gita that we are having with Dr. Keshavananda Swami, we're finally entering into Bhakti Yoga. He's the first Swamiji who told me that the genre of Bhagavad Gita is Bhakti. And now we are finally entering into chapter 12, which is Bhakti Yoga. So let us understand what exactly Lord tells in Bhakti Yoga. And he's been telling about Bhakti all across chapters.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So every chapter that you come across, you are emphasizing on Bhakti.
Yeah.
And you told in the last episode in chapter 11, that if you take the last verse of every chapter, it is all ending with Bhakti.
Yeah.
Then why especially another adhyaya or a chapter by name Bhakti Yoga introduced by the Lord?
Well, you see, 12th chapter is the end of second hexad.
Okay.
In other words, Gita is divided into 3 sections.
Yes, you told
First
that.
6, second 6, third 6.
Third six,
So
yes.
7 to 12.
Hmm.
So 7 to 12, I was telling 7 to 12 is after interval, It's focusing specifically on Bhakti. Defining Bhakti. We have been discussing what is Bhakti, how Bhakti pleases God, how he accepts the devotion, all these concepts. So in 12th chapter, he concludes Bhakti Yoga. And that is why the name chapter is Bhakti Yoga.
He's concluding what is Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah, he's concluding all the aspects of Bhakti Yoga in one chapter. Whatever we have been hearing, understanding, everything is concluded in this one chapter. Smallest chapter, but I think the biggest one in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, so let us get deep into this. What is Bhakti Yoga?
Yeah, there's just 20 verses in this.
Okay.
Beautiful, small, crisp chapter.
Yes, Swamiji.
Arjuna asks a question here. In simple words, the question is, anyway, I'll just quote. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who meditate on the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? So the controversy of formless and form.
Very direct question.
Yeah. Because Arjuna knows that there are many philosophers who say God is formless, which is complete speculation. And they base their speculation on Vedas and Upanishads artificially, just like I told Shankara did. So Arjuna wants to clear it from God. It's a direct question, isn't it?
Direct question, yes.
And then Krishna answers. Second verse, he just clears it. Krishna doesn't beat around the bush. He says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their mind on my personal form, see, Maya Aveshya Manoyama, Mai matlab on me, on my form, which is explained in 11th chapter, 10th chapter, isn't it? There, are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith, are considered by me to be the most perfect. He gives a conclusion. Simple. So the controversy ends. Ends here.
Answered by the Lord himself.
Yeah. So why to just do research and this and that? People who have faith on Bhagavad Gita, for them there is no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
Crystal clear, straightforward answer.
Yeah. And then third and fourth, what he says? But those who meditate on unmanifested, that which lies beyond perception of senses, all pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed, immovable, the impersonal conception of absolute truth. By controlling various senses, being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in welfare of all at last achieve me.
Okay.
At last achieve me. That's one thing. But then he says, but for them, advancement is very troublesome.
Oh.
Klesho adhik taras tesham, 5th verse. It's klesh. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. So Krishna says, there are people who think God is formless, although that's not right, but nevertheless they meditate on that formless feature. At last they will achieve me, because at last they will understand, my God, I was wrong and God is having a form. I'm wasting my time. That's why he says at last they achieve me.
Like that. They say, oh my God, I'm wrong.
Yeah. By meeting
That's so
Vaishnavas, they will come to understand
Okay.
what the... But their practice, speculated practice on impersonal form, that is full of difficulties, and to make progress in that discipline is almost zero.
Then why, if it is difficult, why choose a difficult path?
Because challenge,
Challenge,
isn't it?
Oh.
Thrill.
Hmm.
Things are more adventurous, more challenge, more thrill. That is good. Things are which are easy, some people don't like. That's why.
So they can't take the direct injunctions of the Lord.
They don't take the direct injunctions of Lord.
They want to choose their own way.
Yeah, they want
so they think they are
to,
more smarter than the Lord.
That's what they think. I think so. They are more smart. They think they are more smarter than Lord.
Very bad.
That's all Madhvacharya, Remarka, Vallabhacharya. They quote this chapter, these verses, and they speak exactly same what you're saying. They say these impersonal worshippers, they think God is formless. They think they are smarter than
Lord.
That's the whole idea. Some commentators, they comment on these verses. Impersonal meditators. They also written commentaries. No, Shankara also.
Yes.
They say, God is saying this for people who are less intelligent.
Oh.
Yeah, they mince the words like that. People who are less intelligent, they can't meditate on formless, and it's so difficult. For them, Lord is saying, okay, this is easy, do that. So he's hiding the real fact.
Over smartness.
Yeah. That's what they have done in their commentaries. Some people like that.
I feel now, after going through 12 chapters with you, there are some prerequisites to read Bhagavad Gita. Only people with simple heartedness and straightforwardness can understand Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, that's true.
If you are a complex person, then you will only make complexity out of Bhagavad Gita.
That's true.
Isn't it true?
That's true. Absolutely true.
Because all the doubts that I have, you're reading it through verses, and they are like, Lord is directly telling us that, meditate on my form. And as advancement on the formless is very tough. But still we choose to have
true.
Nirankar, Nirguna, all these words, I don't know. I'm speechless, Swamiji. So how does it go?
So
forward?
then Krishna says, 6th, 7th, he clears up more. He says, Ye tu sarvani karmani mani sanyasya mat parananne vayugena mam dhyayanto pasate teshamam samudharta mrityu samsara vartmani bhavavena chirat partha maya veshita chetasam. But those who worship me, devotees, giving all the activities unto me, being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service, always meditating upon me, having their fixed minds upon me, O son of Partha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. You see, he's clearly putting bhakti.
Can you repeat that again, Swamiji?
Those who worship me, giving up all the activities unto me, being devoted to me.
What is giving up on all activities unto me means?
Mai sanyasya matpara. That means trying to engage all your actions in service of Krishna as far as possible. Do something for him. That's the whole idea. Do something for him.
How do we know what to do for him?
That's all. That's there in the next verse. Next few verses.
Okay.
Tell you what to do.
Okay, so one doing up upon him, and then?
Engage in devotional service and always meditating upon me. Having fixed their minds upon me. For them I am swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death.
Birth and death, he is very clearly telling.
Yeah, see?
So Shankaracharya is that Bhajagovindam, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam.
Yeah.
Punarapi janani jatare
Jatare
shayanam
shayanam.
iha samsaram bahadukkaram pahi muraram. So this is exactly he's
the
picking
same.
up from this.
Exactly the same.
So this is the first verse where he's telling, I will deliver, if you do this, I'll deliver you from birth and death.
Yeah. Directly, explicitly, he's telling this.
Wow.
So 6th, 7th, and then from 8th to 12th verse, you ask me what to do. He's telling what you can do.
Okay.
So he's telling what you can do. Just fix your mind upon me. Engage all your intelligence in me. Then you will live in me always without doubt. That means what to do. By intelligence, you plan how to serve God, how to make the service more perfect. By mind, you come up with so many ideas, what you can do for God. That you should do. But in association of devotees. So, when you associate with devotees, they will help you to figure out what you can do for God.
Okay.
Just, I want to say, just like all these, what do we say? Career coaching and career guidance center, no?
Yes.
What's that called?
Coaching centers only for IAS, IPS, and all this coaching.
No. Career counseling they give.
Okay.
Isn't it? So people who are confused what to do, then they give career counseling. You can do
You can do that. You can do this.
So that is what devotees do.
Mm-hmm.
You want service counseling? They'll tell you how to engage you.
How to engage yourself.
Yourself.
Okay.
But the 9th verse he says, okay, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation. Now you might say, I ask devotees, but I cannot do that. It's so difficult. I don't have time. So he says, then follow regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga.
Okay.
So there are rules, regulations of Bhakti Yoga which are mentioned in any Vaishnav Sampradaya. You go, you ask any devotee, follow that. For example, getting up early in the morning and chanting God's names, reading Bhagavad Gita daily for at least 15-20 minutes. These are some rules, simple rules. So we can do that of doing Aarti of Krishna. These are some rules, we can follow that. And then he says, if you can't do that even, then if you cannot practice regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me. Because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage.
What does working for him mean?
Working for him means actually helping devotees in their service.
That is working for him?
You are not directly serving him, but devotees are working for him, so you help them.
Okay.
Assist them. So some devotees might be distributing books. Assist them by money if you can, or by personal.
Can this be misinterpreted, working for me?
Yeah, it can be misinterpreted. That, okay, I'm doing my job for God.
Yes.
I'm doing studies for God.
Yes.
That's not the idea.
Why all this? I'm doing jihad for God.
yeah, that's also
I'm killing people for God.
Terrorism, that comes from, that's the idea that people pick up. But the whole idea is, you can do something for God, but it should be recognized by God.
And how do we know whether God recognizes this or not?
Scriptures. Simple.
Okay.
So your job is not recognized by God. Who said that? Whatever job you do.
Work is worship.
People say work is worship. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's not the idea. Work is not worship. Work done for God is worship.
Manava Seva is Madhava Seva.
Now, people say Manava Seva.
Where are they getting all this from?
You misinterpret this verse, they'll get this. You misinterpret this verse, they'll get this. Or Karmanya Vadika Raste Mahafaleshu Kadachan. They get this from that. Some few verses. See, cherry picking. Because you see, entire Bhagavad Gita's theme is bhakti.
One thing I have understood, Swamiji, is whatever I want to make it popular, I can say it that it is what Bhagavad Gita is telling.
Yeah. No, that's what 700 commentators have done.
Okay.
There are 700 commentaries in the market. More than that, every commentator comes up with his own idea, uses Bhagavad Gita to propagate his own idea.
So, such a hypocrisy, isn't it? Bhagavad Gita, generally people have to know to understand knowledge. What exactly is Bhagavad Gita telling? But we already have a pre-notions in our mind, assumptions or attachments to this philosophy that we are affiliated with or something that we think is right. And then go search for it in Bhagavad Gita and some verse might just be near to your so-called speculation, and then you say it, oh, this is what Bhagavad Gita is telling. It's a very disservice to the Bhagavad Gita, disservice to all the Hindu society.
That's true.
Because in my childhood, I was being told, Manava Seva is Madhava Seva.
Yeah, you're right. But that's very popular, but it's greatest disservice to God.
But I've not even found so far in any one verse that Lord has told directly like that.
You don't find that. You see.
But indeed, He said, you serve me.
Yeah, you work for me, not for humanity. If you work for me, automatically this world will be happy. You see the point. Somebody asked me in one the same question that, see, you are professing work for God and this. You have to serve humanity and humans, philanthropy. He was arguing. So what you are doing? You are simply
wasting time. You're a parasite.
Yeah.
Living at the cost of people's wealth.
So I told them, you see, I told you're working for society. Yes. And society is made of humans. And we are correcting humans. So if all humans become good, connected to God, they become good. All problems are solved. Society becomes good.
There's a famous film actor who always claims that religion has harmed humanity more than it has improved humanity.
Yeah. But that's, I'm not...
Because in the name of religion...
Many philosophers also...
People only have killed each other. There were crusades. There were wars, religious wars. So how did this God as a concept elevate human consciousness?
Well, it's not religious. Religious people had only wars. There were non-religious people who were also fighting. There's so many wars which is not directly religion is involved.
Yes.
So then, that means religion is not the cause.
People's mind is
People's mind is the cause, and they are putting all the blame on religion. That's the whole idea. So see, hospitals like 10 years back, 20 years back, we were hearing kidney rackets in hospitals. So hospitals are bad? Still hospitals are going on. People are bad. So
actually, people who represent a certain religion, if they don't follow it properly and they do all this speculations and interpretations,
and then
whims and fancies, then they make this wrong.
Yeah. Why? I would say so much good also religion has done to this world. Why don't they see that? So much peace. To say Mother Teresa got this peace award. Whatever is her philosophy, whatever, she was a Christian. But she was religious in people's perspective. Then why you give award? So many people who are religious, they have done so good for the world also. And because they were serving God, so automatically welfare happened. So they have to see the both things, no?
So the actual philosophy should be Madhava Seva is Manava Seva.
Yeah, you're right. It should be
how
opposite.
it is supposed to be?
Madhav Seva is Manav Seva. If every person becomes God conscious, all problems are solved.
And everybody is serving God.
You see the point. All problems of this material world. You see all this philanthropy. They're doing service to humanity. What they're doing? They're giving food. They're giving some blankets.
Education
they are giving.
Women empowerment
or blind people, all these they are doing.
Blood donations,
okay. So, but the point is why this is happening. Let's go to the root cause. Why this is happening? Because of greed of man. Rich people are snatching food from poor. There is no equal distribution. There is no equal distribution of money in the society. Rich people are grabbing money. So poor people are suffering. Because when they don't have food, they have malnutrition, they have diseases. So if you remove greed and lust from people, the world becomes Vaikuntha. It becomes nice because humans make this world. There will be no problems. That's what we are doing. They are serving society. We are creating humans which make the society.
Very nice. Very intelligent.
That's what Krishna is suggesting. You work for me. And then 11th, he says, if you cannot even work for me, some people say, I don't have time, I can't even assist your devotees. I'm a corporate person. I just get up at 8 o'clock. I don't have, just brush and run and, hire and fire system.
Okay.
So then he says, you're unable to work in conscience of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. At least do this.
Try to be self-situated.
At least, try to act, giving up all results. That means Whatever results you get from your job, and offer it to me.
Can you repeat that again? Last.
Try to act giving up all results of your work.
Try to
Act giving up.
Okay.
English. Try to give up all results of your work.
Okay.
And try to be self-situated.
Okay.
So that means whatever results you get, whatever you offer it to God.
That means this all, Abrahamic religions.
Yeah. All this 10%,
Dasham.
Dasham. If you can't do that, at least do that. So wherever.
That is also purificatory according to you.
Yeah, at least this is the last step.
Giving 10% of your wealth or your earnings every month in the service of the God will definitely purify a person.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? It will definitely purify.
I
mean, it's because you know why? Money sweeter than honey.
Money sweeter than honey. Yes.
So wherever your money goes, your mind goes.
I've always seen rich people are more attached to the money.
Yeah, no, it's the other way around. People who are more attached to money, they become rich.
Okay. Yes, at least in the other religions, in Abrahamic religion, there's a concept that they have to give some part as donation.
Yeah. In all. In Judaism, in Christianity, in Islam, definitely.
Yes.
Sikhism
is also there?
Yeah, and even in our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. In a Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, it's 50%, not 10%.
50% of
the... Yeah, that was recommended by Mahaprabhu.
Okay.
Yeah, but at least 10%.
Okay.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
If a rationalist listens this conversation, he will say that, okay, so you're giving 50% your hard-earned money and there'll be some parasites living, like sadhus and all the Babajis are exploiting, the brainwashing your people because they have to live at the cost of somebody's hard work.
Actually, that's a wrong way of thinking because the whole society is, like, if you go to Islam, they don't think like that.
They don't think. Definitely they don't think.
Why they don't think? That's a question.
Because Muhammad has very clearly told them.
Yeah. And there is a clear instruction and the whole society is set up like that. People have understanding of Quran right from the childhood. They go to madrasa.
Yes, madrasas teach them this.
Yeah. So the point is this point of coming, the Babajis will exploit, and because there is no education. If education is there, then neither your Babas will exploit and either people will give with lot of hate, they will give with love and devotion. And those Babas will give you education. So that's the whole problem. The problem is not that you condemn this, condemn that, this system is wrong. That's not the point.
Yeah, people condemn everything and then they are not doing anything in their life. I've seen a lot of people like that also.
What's the
they
point?
Find faults in every spiritual community, every spiritual place. But what are they? They are materialistic to the core.
You see?
They're what they are.
Yeah, so then... So it's a beautiful 4 verses.
But attachment to the money is a very important topic of this today's generation.
Attachment to money, yeah.
Because nobody, I don't see Hindus coming up so voluntarily to give up their every
education. Which child is taught Bhagavad Gita?
No child is taught Bhagavad Gita.
Then how they will know? How they will? The child is not even seeing their parents doing that. So how do you suppose that these things will come? Islam, they see their parents, they lead in Quran, they do willfully and happily. Jewish religion right from beginning.
What is your takeaway from this verse to the Hindu population, Swami?
Hindu population, the takeaway of this verse is at least read Bhagavad Gita first.
Okay.
And understand that a part of your salary should go to charity to God.
Okay.
It should at least 10%. That will purify you.
That will purify me as a person. You're not giving for the other person.
Yeah.
You're giving it for your own self. That's the attitude.
Yeah.
Very nice. And further, what else are there?
Then in 12th, anyway, then it from 13th verse to 20th verse, 7 verses, Krishna is glorifying his devotees who are following this Bhakti Yoga. What are their qualities? So you ask what is devotion? Okay, we explained what to do, devotion, service. Okay, this is this. Now you might think, people who are following this nicely, whose mind is fixed on God, how do I identify them? And if I do, what will happen to me? How do I judge my advancement? What are the symptoms of advancement in devotion? That he is telling from 13th to 20th chapter. So that we can understand whether we are going up, down, forward, backward, what's happening in our life.
Okay.
Important, isn't it?
Yes, important.
So this is all qualities of devotees he's telling. Like for example, he's saying, my devotee is not envious but a kind friend to all living entities. Does not think of himself as proprietor and free from false ego. Is equal in both happiness and distress. Is tolerant, always self-satisfied, self-controlled, engaged in devotional service with determination. His mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
Very dear to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like this, he keeps on saying various qualities, and then 20th verse he summarizes. ये तु धर्म्यम अमृतम इदम मिथोक्तम पर्युपासते श्रद्धा धाना मत परमा bhaktaste ativa me priya. Again bhakta.
Yeah.
Krishna is saying such a devotee is very dear to me. He is not saying such a jnani or dhyani. He is saying devotee. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service, who completely engage themselves with faith, making me with supreme goal, are very, very, very dear to me.
Making him the supreme goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal of life actually.
Yeah.
Anybody's goal should be that.
Yeah.
Then he will be dear to the Lord.
Bhaktaste ativa. Ativa, very, very dear to me.
Very, very dear to him.
Yeah. He's conclude. That's why I've told it's conclusion, He's concluding, you are my devotee, please keep in mind, you are very, very, very dear and very important.
In general conversation, people ask, what is the goal of your life?
Yeah.
Shall I say that my goal of life is to... Krishna is my goal of life.
Yeah, of course, definitely. That's the whole idea. He's the goal of our life. His service is our goal of life.
His service is our goal of life.
Yeah, it's the same.
Thank you so much for beautiful insights into Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah, before we end, I just want to comment here. This 12th chapter is bringing out many qualities of Krishna.
Okay.
I didn't go into that, but if you look underneath this chapter, 12th chapter is bringing out, you see 10th and 11th chapter is bringing out his Aishwarya. Aishwarya means his greatness, universal form. He's a controller of Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Vayu, Aditya, This chapter is bringing about sweet qualities of God, the sweetness of God. So 10th, 11th and 12th come in the row. 10th, 11th are greatness, 12th is sweetness. And for us, you see 11th chapter we said Arjuna was disturbed. When he saw two-handed form, then what did he say? Saumyam.
Saumyam. He was very soothed.
This is a soothed and sweet form. So devotees always, he becomes happy when he sees sweetness of God. That's happened with Arjuna. When he saw greatness, he was disturbed.
Yes.
So we Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we profess that sweetness is more important than greatness of God.
Oh, that's called Madhurya.
That's called Madhurya. And any love. Love focuses on sweetness, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
A girlfriend will not focus that my boyfriend is a prime minister or general or major. She might know this. She will know this. But she will focus more that my boyfriend loves me. He takes me to Shimla or maybe we're in maybe Kottakkal. And he sits with me on the bench and sees me, kisses me. That is more memorable. That's the focus. So love focuses on sweetness. That is why this chapter is Bhakti Yoga. Krishna wants to emphasize within Bhakti Yoga, focus on my sweetness.
Wow.
And how Krishna is sweet? You see, he's glorifying his devotees. This is his sweetness.
Yes.
He likes his devotees, he cares for his devotees. This is sweetness.
Yes.
And then he's proving that my form is, meditating on a form is much greater than meditating on formless, all these speculations.
Definitely, very straightforward.
So form means sweetness, isn't it?
Yes.
If you look at anybody's form, what do you see? You see beauty.
Yeah.
Beauty is sweetness. So he's saying, focus on my beauty, on my sweet qualities. Then you will fall in love with me. And that is Bhakti Yoga.
Very nice explanation, Swamiji. Very new way of looking at Bhakti Yoga. Thank you so much for beautiful topic.
Yeah.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you.